I was in the room the day that Clifford Crawley lit himself on fire in class. He smoked a pipe, and I guess at some point he'd ignited something. Um, and that was just par for the course. I think he patted the fire out and we continued on with the class. So that one stands out.
So, one of my favorite memories of my time at Queen's, and it happened every year, was the annual singing of Handel's Messiah in the music building lobby. We did that every year. It was around exam time. The faculty was so small that everybody knew everybody, all 4 years, and the graduate program would show up into the lobby, and some people would bring their instruments. We'd all get a score and stand where we needed to stand. We'd have scarves and hats and whatever on. Our profs would be singing right alongside of us. It was a happy, fun time and a good way to go home for the break.
So we went in to play our final exam, and one of us had just nicely started when Bob Dodson said, "Stop, you're never going to play that." And he then said, "I'm going to play your final exam, and you're going to mark me and evaluate my playing." And he purposely didn't play it perfectly. There were a few scrubs and a few pitchy notes. We mentioned the things that were obvious. And when we were done, he said to us, "So neither of you noticed that I played the whole thing with the bow in my left hand?" No, we had not noticed that. And throughout my career, I remembered that experience many times when I would look at particularly a clarinet player and they would have their hands reversed. I would say, "Nope, left hand on top, please."
It's hard to peg down one single memory out of so many over the 4 years. But for me, the top one has to be performing L'Histoire du Soldat. The faculty from both the drama school and the Bachelor of Music program put on a full production of L'Histoire du Soldat with Dwayne Bates as the conductor, and he was my trumpet teacher. So he gave me the opportunity to play with faculty and do a production of that incredible piece.
I do remember countless incredible productions, Blood Relations, Marat Sod, the Trojan Women we did. I mean, these were really powerful plays. So I remember, of course, all the productions. But one thing I remembered in particular was kind of how earnest we were back in the day. So we started this Studio 102, which was a free space that allowed playwrights, actors, directors to use the space at Queen's free of charge to just explore their own talent and lead themselves. But we really wanted it to be barrier free. So there was no admission charge or anything like that. Anyway, some of the productions needed some budget. So then we came up with a great egalitarian way to say, well, then host a soup kitchen lunch in the green room. So it was great. People could get, lunch for a few dollars, and the teams that needed the funding would put it on. So it was all really, really great. I do remember specifically when one of the teams left the chili out overnight, served it the next day, the entire drama department and anybody who came in for a free lunch were sick as dogs. It was something I never forgot. And I swear, I do think they started charging admission the next year. That was the end of that.
Phoned the dean at Queen's and said, and I knew him well, I said, "I understand you're looking for a new head. What would you do if I applied?" He said, "I'd close down the search immediately," which he did. So I was back. Yeah. Well, I had an idea, but I was also fortunate enough to find the right people at the right time to plug into the sockets of this, whatever this department needed to be. It needed certain academic people, literate people, literature people. It needed design people. It needed a certain mix of them, and they needed to respect one another. They needed to enjoy working with one another. And by and large, I found that. I feel happy that I built a department that's able to meet new challenges and meet them and change with them. But it's changed enormously now, and how wonderful. I'm delighted.